How to Force Yourself to Take Action is written and published by Audiobook Hub. Introduction. Why do some people take action every day while others stay stuck in the same place? What makes the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who keep making excuses? If you've ever struggled to stay consistent, if you've ever waited for motivation that never came, this book will give you the answers. In this book, you will learn how to push yourself to take action even when you don't feel like it. You will break free from hesitation, eliminate distractions, and stay focused on real progress. You will develop the discipline to do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. If you want to stop procrastinating and start making real changes in your life, this book will show you how. You will discover how to train your mind to reject weakness, build unstoppable momentum, and take full control of your actions. By the time you finish this book, you won't rely on motivation anymore. You will become a person who takes action, stays consistent, and refuses to let excuses hold you back. Your future will be in your hands, and you will have the power to shape it. Now, let's begin. Chapter 1. Stop waiting and start moving forward right now. Stop waiting. Stop hoping for the perfect time. Stop convincing yourself that tomorrow will be easier. It won't. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more you hesitate, the more you train your mind to accept inaction. If you don't start now, then when? If you keep putting things off, what changes? What improves? The truth is, nothing will. You will wake up next week, next month, or next year still stuck in the same place, still making the same excuses, still wondering why nothing in your life is different. Everything you want, everything you dream of, starts with a decision. A decision to move forward, to take control, to stop sitting on the sidelines of your own life. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to push you. No one is going to do the work for you. This is your responsibility, and deep down you know that. Right now you might feel stuck. You might feel overwhelmed, unsure, unmotivated. But feelings don't determine your future. Your choices do. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel confident. You just need to move. The problem with waiting is that it creates a habit. The more you hesitate, the more comfortable you become with procrastination. You start to accept it as part of who you are. But that's a lie. You are not someone who waits. You are not someone who lets fear control them. You are not someone who talks about what they'll do someday. You are someone who takes action, who pushes forward, who refuses to settle. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It's weak. Discipline is what gets results. The people who succeed, the ones who accomplish great things, are not the ones who feel motivated all the time. They are the ones who show up anyway, who push through discomfort, who take action even when they don't feel like it. And that's what you need to do. Right now, not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when you feel ready, because ready never comes. You become ready by doing. You gain confidence by taking action. You get stronger by moving forward even when it's hard. Think about where you'll be in a year if you start now. Think about how much you could accomplish if you stopped hesitating and just took the first step. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. You just have to start. Your future is not waiting for you. It's being shaped by your choices right now. Every day you wait is a day wasted. A day you could have spent building, improving, growing. A day you will never get back. You have one life, one chance. Stop waiting. Start moving forward. Right now. Chapter 2. Break your excuses and take control of your life. Excuses are the chains that keep you trapped in the same cycle. They feel like reasons. They sound logical. They even seem valid. But the truth is, They are nothing more than a way to avoid discomfort. Every time you make an excuse, you give away your power. You allow circumstances, emotions, and outside forces to dictate your life instead of taking control. It's time to break those excuses and take ownership of your future. No more blaming time, energy, or circumstances. No more telling yourself that you'll start later. Later turns into never. The more you wait, the harder it gets. The more you rationalize your inaction, the more you train your mind to accept mediocrity. Excuses come in many forms. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I don't know where to start. These are not facts. These are choices. The people who succeed have the same hours in a day as you. The difference is, they don't negotiate with their excuses. They don't give themselves an option to quit. They push forward, even when it's inconvenient. Think about how much time you've already lost to hesitation. Think about how many times you've told yourself you'd start tomorrow. Where did that get you? How much closer are you to the life you want? If you're honest with yourself, you know the answer. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that your excuses are valid. You are not tired. You are undisciplined. You are not out of time. You are out of focus. You are not stuck. You are hesitating. The problem is not your situation. The problem is that you keep allowing your situation to control you instead of the other way around. It's time to take control, to stop reacting to life and start shaping it. The first step is to recognize the patterns. Every time you hesitate, ask yourself why. What are you afraid? What are you trying to avoid? The answer is always discomfort. Taking action requires effort. It requires pushing past resistance. But the moment you stop giving in to excuses, you realize how much power you have. The strongest people are not the ones who have it easy. They are the ones who refuse to let obstacles stop them. They find solutions, they adapt, they push forward even when everything in them wants to quit. And that's what you must do. You don't need an easy path, you need a strong mind. You need the ability to override your feelings and make decisions based on what will move you forward. It's not about what you feel like doing, it's about what needs to be done. Every time you choose action over excuses, you become strong. Every time you push past resistance, you build discipline. And discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Your life is yours to shape. No more waiting. No more justifying inaction. Take control. Move forward. Chapter 3. Push yourself beyond comfort and make progress daily. Comfort is a trap. It feels safe, familiar, and easy. But it's also the reason most people never grow, never improve, and never reach their full potential. If you want to make real progress, you must push yourself beyond comfort every single day. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you challenge yourself, when you do what is hard, and when you refuse to settle for anything less than your best. Look at your life right now. Everything you have, everything you are, is a result of the standards you've set for yourself. If you've been staying within your comfort zone, avoiding difficulty, and settling for what's familiar, then you already know where that leads. It leads to stagnation, frustration, and regret. You weren't meant to stay the same. You were meant to grow, to evolve, to become stronger. But that can only happen if you are willing to push yourself beyond what feels comfortable. The problem with comfort is that it disguises itself as peace. It tricks you into believing that staying the same is a good thing. It whispers that you don't need to push harder, that you can take it easy, that you can put things off until later. But comfort is the enemy of progress. It lulls you into a life of mediocrity. And the longer you stay in it, the harder it becomes to break free. You have to train yourself to do what is difficult. The more you avoid discomfort, the weaker you become. The more you lean into it, the stronger you get. Progress is made through resistance. It's built through effort. And the truth is, your mind will always try to take the easy way out. It will look for shortcuts, for excuses, for distractions, but you are stronger than that. You don't have to listen to those thoughts. You don't have to obey the part of you that wants to take it easy. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who have it easier than you. They are the ones who are willing to endure difficulty. They wake up earlier. They work longer. They don't stop when things get hard. They keep pushing, even when it feels impossible. And that's why they succeed. If you want to see real change in your life, you must push yourself daily. Not once in a while. Not when you feel like it. Every single day. That doesn't mean making huge leaps overnight. It means making small, consistent efforts that add up over time. It means doing what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable. It means refusing to let laziness win. Look at your daily habits. Are they leading you toward the life you want? Or are they keeping you stuck? If you aren't making progress every day, then something needs to change. Waiting won't get you there. Hoping won't get you there. Only action will. And that action must happen daily. Set a standard for yourself that is higher than what feels comfortable. Decide that you will no longer take the easy route. Demand more from yourself. Train your mind to embrace discomfort instead of avoiding it. Every time you push past resistance, you grow. Every time you choose discipline over ease, you become stronger. That's how progress is made. You must be willing to do what others won't. You must be willing to put in the effort, to do the hard work, to face the discomfort head on. That is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who never do. And you have everything you need to be one of the few who rise above. Stop waiting for comfort. Stop looking for the easy way. Push yourself daily. Do what is necessary. And make progress, no matter what. Chapter 4. Build unstoppable momentum by doing what must be done. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. When you have it, everything feels easier. Progress becomes natural, motivation grows, and results come faster. But when you lack momentum, everything feels like an uphill battle. The key to success is not just starting, but keeping yourself moving forward every single day. You build unstoppable momentum by doing what must be done, no matter how you feel, no matter the circumstances, no matter the resistance. Most people struggle not because they lack potential, but because they stop too often. They take a few steps forward, then hesitate. They start a task, then delay finishing it. They make progress, then slow down because they don't feel like continuing. That is why they stay stuck. They never build enough momentum to create lasting change. You have to move differently. You cannot afford to stop and second-guess yourself every step of the way. If you want to become unstoppable, you must eliminate hesitation. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. But when you take consistent action, momentum takes over. It carries you forward. It makes everything feel natural. Think about a heavy train at a standstill. At first, it takes massive effort to move even an inch. But once it starts rolling, it becomes nearly impossible to stop. That's how your progress works. The hardest part is starting and staying consistent long enough for momentum to take over. But once it does, you become a force that nothing can slow down. The biggest mistake you can make is waiting for motivation to push you. Motivation fades, feelings change. But action, deliberate, focused, daily action, creates real results. You don't need to feel inspired to work hard. You just need to decide that the work gets done no matter what. Every time you complete a task, you add to your momentum. Every time you push through discomfort, you build strength. Every time you do what must be done, no excuses, no delays, you reinforce a mindset of resilience. And that mindset is what separates those who make things happen from those who sit back and watch life pass them by. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up, days when your mind tells you to slow down. That's when you must push even harder. The moment you start negotiating with yourself, you begin losing ground. You cannot allow that to happen. You must hold yourself to a higher standard. You must commit to your progress so deeply that stopping is never an option. The more consistent you are, the easier everything becomes. Discipline becomes automatic. Hard work feels normal. Progress feels expected. You start accomplishing more in a week than most do in a month. And that is the power of momentum. You cannot afford to waste time wondering if you should act. You must act. You cannot let distractions pull you away from your path. You must stay focused. You cannot let setbacks slow you down. You must keep moving forward. When you operate this way, people will wonder how you get so much done. They will ask how you stay so consistent. But the truth is, there is no secret. There is only action. There is only a refusal to stop. There is only a mindset that says, this gets done no matter what. That is how you build unstoppable momentum. That is how you win. Chapter 5. Face your fears and take bold, decisive steps. Fear is the greatest barrier between you and the life you want. It keeps you stuck. It makes you hesitate. It convinces you to play small when you were meant for more. If you let fear control you, it will rob you of every opportunity, every breakthrough, and every chance to grow. But when you face it head-on, when you take bold, decisive steps in spite of it, you become unstoppable. Most people spend their lives avoiding fear. They wait until they feel confident, until the uncertainty disappears, until they are ready. But that day never comes. Fear doesn't just vanish on its own. The only way to get rid of it is to take action in spite of it. The more you confront your fears, the weaker they become. The more you avoid them, the stronger they grow. Think about the opportunities you have already missed because of hesitation. The times you wanted to step forward but held yourself back. The moments when you knew exactly what needed to be done but let fear talk you out of it. Those moments add up. They shape your life. They determine whether you move forward or stay trapped in the same place. Fear is not a sign to stop. It is a signal to move. It is a sign that you are stepping outside of what is comfortable, and that is exactly where you need to be. Growth requires risk. Success requires bold action. And bold action is only possible when you stop overthinking and start moving forward without hesitation. You must train yourself to take decisive steps, even when uncertainty is present. Indecision kills progress. The more you hesitate, the more doubt creeps in. But when you decide quickly and act without looking back, you gain control. You shift your focus from fear to movement, from hesitation to momentum. It is not enough to simply want change. You must take the necessary steps to make it happen. That means facing discomfort. That means stepping into situations where you don't have all the answers. That means pushing forward even when everything inside of you wants to turn back. There will never be a perfect moment to start. The timing will never be ideal. Conditions will never be completely right. If you wait for certainty, you will wait forever. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who act in spite of it. Fear only has power if you give it power. The moment you take action, its grip weakens. The moment you step forward boldly, you prove to yourself that fear is nothing more than an illusion. Your mind creates the worst possible outcomes, but those outcomes rarely ever happen. And even if they did, you are stronger than you think. You can handle more than you realize. Every time you make a bold decision, you reshape your mindset. You train yourself to be someone who moves forward instead of hesitating. You develop the confidence that only comes from experience. Confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you build by doing. The life you want is on the other side of the fears you refuse to face. You don't need permission. You don't need more time. You need to act. You need to take the steps that you've been avoiding. You need to step forward with full commitment, no hesitation, no looking back. Chapter 6. Crush laziness by committing to immediate action today. Laziness is the silent killer of potential. It doesn't strike all at once. It creeps in slowly, disguising itself as rest, as a break, as waiting for the right time. But before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and nothing has changed. The goals you once felt excited about start to feel impossible. The plans you made remain unfinished. And the only thing standing in your way is the habit of delaying action. Laziness is not just about lying around doing nothing. It's about hesitation. It's about choosing comfort over progress. It's about making excuses instead of moving forward. And the only way to destroy it is through immediate action. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You don't need to think about it any longer. You need to move. Now. The moment you take action, laziness loses its power. The longer you wait, the stronger it grows. Think about how many times you've told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow." How many times has tomorrow come, and you still didn't take action? How many times have you let a small task turn into a massive burden, simply because you kept putting it off? That cycle must end today. The biggest mistake people make is believing they need to feel energized before they can work hard. They assume that discipline comes from feeling motivated. That is wrong. Discipline comes from doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. The solution to laziness is simple. Stop thinking and start doing. The more time you spend debating whether or not to take action, the less likely you are to follow through. You must train yourself to move immediately, without overanalyzing, without hesitating. Make this your rule. The moment a task comes to mind, start it. Don't give yourself time to second-guess it. Don't allow your mind to make excuses. Action must become your default response. The faster you take that first step, the easier everything becomes. Small actions lead to bigger actions. The hardest part is starting, but once you break through that initial resistance, momentum takes over. That's why successful people are relentless. They don't sit around waiting for motivation. They don't waste time overthinking. They move, they take control. Laziness is a habit, and just like any habit, it can be broken. But only if you are willing to hold yourself to a higher standard. You must refuse to tolerate even a moment of unnecessary delay. You must reject the urge to do it later. You must operate with the mindset that nothing is more important than taking action now. Stop negotiating with yourself. Stop allowing your mind to convince you that you need a break when you haven't even started. Stop feeding the habit of delay. The more you act immediately, the easier it gets. And the easier it gets, the more unstoppable you become. Laziness cannot survive in an environment of action. The more you move, the more energy you create. The more you do, the more capable you feel. And once you commit to this mindset, nothing will be able to slow you down. The time for waiting is over. The time for waiting is over. The time for action is now. Move forward. Get it done. Today. Chapter 7. Train your mind to reject weakness and embrace discipline. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is what separates those who achieve from those who wish. Without discipline, nothing meaningful gets accomplished. But discipline isn't something you are born with. It is something you train. It is a mindset, a way of thinking, a decision you make every single day to reject weakness and take full control of your actions. Weakness is the easy path. It's giving in to comfort, making excuses, allowing distractions to steal your focus. It's skipping the work because you don't feel like it. It's choosing temporary pleasure over long-term success. Every time you let weakness win, you reinforce it. You make it stronger. And the stronger it gets, the harder it becomes to break free. But discipline is different. Discipline is what allows you to take action, even when you don't feel like it. It is what keeps you moving forward, even when progress feels slow. It is what builds mental toughness, turning you into the kind of person who does what needs to be done, no matter what. You don't train discipline by waiting for the right moment. You train it by acting when you least feel like it. You train it by forcing yourself to push through resistance. You train it by setting a standard for yourself that does not allow excuses, weakness, or hesitation. Most people struggle with discipline because they allow their emotions to dictate their decisions. They wake up and ask themselves how they feel. If they don't feel like working, they don't. If they don't feel motivated, they do nothing. And that is why they stay stuck. If you want to be different, you must stop relying on feelings. You must wake up and commit to doing what needs to be done, no matter what. You must make discipline a part of your identity, something that defines you, something that is non-negotiable. Every time you reject weakness, you become stronger. Every time you push past resistance, you reinforce the mindset of discipline. Every time you do what you said you would do, regardless of circumstances, you prove to yourself that you are in control. There will always be moments of temptation, moments when you want to quit, moments when you want to take it easy. That is when you must be the strongest. That is when you must remind yourself why you started. That is when you must push through with even more intensity. Discipline is a habit. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. The more you hold yourself to a higher standard, the more natural it feels. And once discipline becomes your way of life, success becomes inevitable. Reject weakness. Reject excuses. Reject anything that pulls you away from your goals. Train your mind to be unshakable. Commit to discipline, and nothing will be able to stop you. Chapter 8. Destroy procrastination by forcing yourself to begin now. Destroying procrastination begins with understanding that waiting for motivation is a losing battle. The longer you hesitate, the more resistance builds, making even the smallest task feel insurmountable. The key to breaking free is to act immediately, without negotiation. The mind seeks comfort, offering excuses disguised as logic, too tired, not the right time, lacking inspiration, but these are illusions designed to keep you stagnant. Procrastination thrives on hesitation, and the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Instead of debating whether you feel like working, command yourself to begin. The moment you hesitate, remind yourself that every second wasted is a second stolen from your potential. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. Taking action shifts your mindset instantly, turning reluctance into momentum. The first step is the hardest, but once in motion, your brain adapts, and what seemed impossible suddenly feels manageable. The secret is to remove choice from the equation. Give yourself no option but to begin. Decide that hesitation is no longer part of your identity. Adopt the mindset of someone who acts immediately, not someone who waits for ideal conditions. Successful individuals aren't immune to procrastination. They simply refuse to negotiate with it. They act before doubt has a chance to creep in. If you wait to feel motivated, you'll remain stuck, caught in an endless cycle of delay. Instead, force movement, physically, mentally, and emotionally. The moment resistance appears, override it by diving into the task without overthinking. Develop the habit of immediate action by creating micro-commitments. Tell yourself, I'll just start for 5 minutes. More often than not, once you begin, you keep going. Motion generates motivation, not the other way around. The mind adapts to what you repeatedly do, so make instant action your default response. Stop analyzing, stop planning excessively, and stop giving yourself an escape route. The path to mastery is paved with relentless action. Each time you force yourself to start, you weaken procrastination's grip. It loses power when you deny it control. Think about how much time you've wasted waiting for the right moment. How many opportunities have slipped by because hesitation took over. Now decide that those days are over. This is not just about getting things done. It's about reclaiming your time, your discipline, and your future. People who succeed are those who move despite resistance, who train themselves to act while others hesitate. Become that person by making action your default setting. Train yourself to initiate work without thought, like a reflex. The brain resists discomfort, but discomfort is the birthplace of growth. Procrastination is nothing more than avoidance of temporary discomfort. The more you expose yourself to taking action despite discomfort, the stronger you become. The best way to eliminate procrastination is through immediate and consistent execution. Create an environment where action is inevitable. Remove distractions, set clear deadlines, and make starting as easy as possible. Commit to daily execution, no matter how small the step. Progress is built through consistency, not bursts of motivation. When you feel the pull of procrastination, remind yourself that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Every moment wasted adds to a future filled with unfinished goals and lost potential. You must become ruthless with your time, treating each second as valuable currency. People often overestimate how much time they have and underestimate how much they waste. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It's the ability to act despite discomfort. Stop waiting for the perfect plan, stop seeking endless inspiration, and stop letting fear dictate your actions. The only way forward is to move. The only way to defeat procrastination is to destroy it before it takes root. This is your time, your life, your opportunity. Make the decision now. Begin immediately without hesitation. The moment you stop waiting and start working is the moment everything changes. Chapter 9. Take full responsibility and make no more excuses. Excuses are the chains that keep you trapped in the same place. They give you a way out, a reason to justify why you haven't moved forward. But the hard truth is this: every excuse you make is a decision to stay where you are. If you want to change, if you want to achieve more, if you want to become the person you know you can be, you must take full responsibility for everything in your life. No more blaming, no more justifying, no more waiting. The moment you take control, everything shifts. Most people don't want to hear this because it forces them to admit that they are the problem. They want to believe that their situation is because of bad luck, unfair circumstances, or outside forces beyond their control. But those who succeed refuse to think that way. They know that as long as they make excuses, they give away their power. You must decide, right now, that you are in control. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is responsible for your progress, except you. The sooner you accept that, the faster you can start moving forward. Think about every area of your life that you are not satisfied with. Now ask yourself, what excuses have you been making? Have you blamed time? Have you blamed other people? Have you convinced yourself that things are just too difficult? These excuses are the reason you feel stuck, and the only way to break free is to eliminate them completely. From this moment forward, every result in your life is yours to own. Every success, every failure, every outcome, it all comes down to you. That might feel like pressure, but it is actually freedom. Because when you realize that everything is in your hands, you stop waiting, you stop hesitating, you stop wasting time thinking about what could have been, and you start focusing on what you can do right now. Success is never about what happens to you. It is always about how you respond. There will be obstacles. There will be challenges. There will be moments that test you. But none of that matters. What matters is whether you take responsibility and push forward or make excuses and stay stuck. Your goals don't care about how you feel. They don't care about how hard things are. They don't care about the difficulties you face. The only thing that matters is whether you take action. You have the power to turn things around. You have the ability to rise above every challenge. But only if you stop making excuses. Only if you commit to full responsibility. Only if you decide, right now, that nothing will hold you back any longer. This is the moment everything changes. No more blaming, no more justifying, no more waiting. Take full responsibility and take full control. The power is yours. Chapter 10. Control your thoughts and direct them towards strong action. Your mind is the command center of your life. Every thought you entertain influences your actions, your decisions, and ultimately your future. If your thoughts are weak, your actions will be weak. If your thoughts are uncertain, your progress will be slow. But if you take control of your mind and direct it towards strong, decisive action, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Most people don't realize that their thoughts are shaping their reality every single day. They allow doubt to creep in, telling themselves that they are not ready, that they don't have what it takes, that they'll fail if they try. They let fear dictate their choices, avoiding challenges instead of facing them head-on. They spend too much time imagining worst-case scenarios instead of focusing on what they can do right now. And the more they allow these weak thoughts to take over, the more powerless they feel. The mind must be trained. If left unchecked, it will drift toward hesitation and negativity. You must take full control. You must direct your thoughts with intention. You must build the habit of thinking in a way that leads to immediate, strong action. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the way you think throughout the day. Are you talking yourself into action, or are you making excuses? Are you focusing on solutions, or are you dwelling on problems? The way you think determines the way you move. If you want to become unstoppable, you must discipline your mind to focus only on what moves you forward. There is no room for hesitation. The moment you catch yourself doubting, stop the thought in its tracks. Replace it with a thought that pushes you toward action. If your mind says, "I don't feel like doing this," immediately counter it with, "I don't need to feel like it. I just need to do it." If your mind says, "This is too difficult," replace it with, "I will figure this out, no matter what." Weak thoughts will always try to creep in, but you don't have to accept them. You have the power to control what you focus on. You have the ability to reject any thought that does not serve you. The key is to take control before your mind has a chance to talk you out of action. Action must become automatic. The moment you decide on something, move. Don't analyze. Don't hesitate. Don't give yourself time to doubt. Train yourself to take immediate steps, no matter how small. The faster you act, the stronger your mind becomes. The stronger your mind becomes, the easier it is to stay consistent. Your thoughts should always be working for you, not against you. You must fill your mind with the belief that you are capable. You must condition yourself to think in a way that fuels action. You must become the kind of person who does not waste time with thoughts that lead nowhere. This is how you take control. This is how you move forward with power. Master your mind, and you will master your life. Chapter 11. Challenge yourself daily, and never allow hesitation. Hesitation is the enemy of progress. Every time you hesitate, you give doubt the opportunity to grow. You allow fear to take over. You lose momentum. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take action. If you want to move forward, you must eliminate hesitation completely. You must challenge yourself every single day to step beyond what feels comfortable. Growth only happens when you push yourself. If you avoid challenges, you stay the same. If you refuse to test your limits, you will never know how strong you truly are. You must make a decision. Either you challenge yourself daily and become stronger, or you stay where you are and let hesitation control. People who hesitate are always waiting for the right time, waiting for motivation, waiting until they feel ready. But readiness is a lie. There is never a perfect moment. The only way to become ready is by taking action. If you refuse to wait, if you commit to moving forward no matter what, you take away hesitation's power over you. Challenge is necessary. It forces you to adapt. It makes you resilient. It builds confidence. If you want to develop a powerful mindset, you must push yourself every single day. You must seek out difficulty instead of avoiding it. You must make it a habit to do the hard things first. Each day, ask yourself, did I push myself today? Did I do something that forced me to grow? Did I step beyond my comfort zone, or did I take the easy? The answer to these questions will tell you whether you are getting stronger or standing still. Hesitation will always try to creep in. It will tell you to wait. It will tell you to think it over. It will convince you to delay action. But the moment you hesitate, you give weakness an opportunity to take over. You must train yourself to move before hesitation has a chance to stop you. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is immediate action. The second you decide on something, act. Don't second-guess yourself. Don't overanalyze. Don't allow yourself to debate whether or not you should do it. Train yourself to move before doubt can speak. Small daily challenges add up. Pushing yourself just a little bit further each day strengthens your mind. Over time, you become someone who thrives under pressure, who takes action without hesitation, who welcomes challenges instead of avoiding them. This is how you become If you want to grow, if you want to achieve more, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you must challenge yourself daily. Never allow hesitation. Never wait for the perfect time. Never give weakness the opportunity to hold you back. The power is in your hands. Chapter 12. Keep promises to yourself and follow through immediately. When you make a promise to yourself and break it, you weaken your own trust. You teach your mind that your words mean nothing. You condition yourself to accept failure before you even try. If you want to be strong, if you want to be disciplined, if you want to be the kind of person who gets results, you must keep the commitments you make to yourself and follow through without hesitation. Most people struggle with consistency because they do not hold themselves accountable. They set goals but allow excuses to take over. They say they will start, but then they delay. They promise themselves they will change, but when the moment comes to take action, they back down. Every time this happens, they reinforce the habit of failure. If you cannot trust yourself, how can you expect to succeed? If your own word means nothing to you, how can you expect to push through when things get tough? The foundation of discipline is self-respect, and self-respect is built by keeping your own promises. You must start treating your commitments to yourself as unbreakable. If you say you will wake up early, do it, no matter how tired you are. If you say you will work on your goals, start immediately, no matter how difficult it feels. If you say you will stop wasting time, follow through, no matter how tempting distractions might be. Your actions must match your words. The moment you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your ability to take action in the future. It becomes easier to quit. It becomes easier to make excuses. It becomes easier to settle for less than you are capable of. But when you follow through, when you prove to yourself that your words matter, you build momentum. You strengthen your willpower. You develop the kind of mindset that does not tolerate failure. Success is not built in a single day. It is built through daily discipline. It is built by making small commitments and following through every time. It is built by creating a standard for yourself that does not allow laziness or hesitation. If you struggle to keep promises to yourself, start small. Make a commitment and follow through immediately. Prove to yourself that you can be trusted. Then build on that. Increase your challenges. Strengthen your discipline. Turn this into a habit that defines who you are. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If you allow yourself to fail in small commitments, you will fail in big ones. If you take shortcuts in one area, you will take shortcuts in others. But if you make it a rule that you always follow through, no matter what, you will develop a level of discipline that nothing can break. Your promises to yourself must be sacred. They must be non-negotiable. They must be followed with immediate action. This is how you build true strength. This is how you develop unshakable confidence. This is how you ensure that every goal you set becomes reality. Chapter 13. Push past doubt and prove your own strength daily. Doubt is the enemy of progress. It whispers in your mind, telling you that you are not ready, that you are not capable, that you will fail if you try. It is a silent force that stops people from taking action, convincing them to stay in their comfort zone where it feels safe. But safety does not lead to growth. If you want to achieve more, if you want to build true confidence, you must push past doubt every single day. Doubt is nothing more than a thought. It has no real power unless you give it control. The problem is that most people allow it to dictate their choices. They hesitate because they feel uncertain. They wait for reassurance before they act. They let their fears hold them back instead of pushing forward despite them. You must stop giving doubt a voice in your life. The moment it creeps in, you must take action immediately. The faster you move, the less time doubt has to take hold. The longer you wait, the stronger it becomes. It will try to make you second-guess yourself. It will try to convince you that you need more time, more preparation, more confidence. But confidence is built through action, not the other way around. Each day you must prove your own strength. You must challenge yourself to do what is uncomfortable. You must take on tasks that feel difficult. You must step forward, even when part of you wants to retreat. Every time you push through, you make yourself stronger. Every time you face uncertainty and take action anyway, you build resilience. Doubt thrives in hesitation. The moment you start questioning yourself, the battle becomes harder. That is why you must move before doubt has a chance to stop you. Train yourself to take immediate action. Condition yourself to move forward, even when you feel unsure. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never experience doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let it control them. Proving your strength is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about showing up every day and doing what must be done. It is about making a habit of overcoming obstacles instead of running from them. It is about taking control of your own mind instead of letting fear make your decisions for you. Most people fail because they let doubt win. They let it stop them before they even start. They allow it to hold them back from opportunities, from challenges, from growth. But you do not have to be one of those people. You can choose a different path. You can decide that doubt will never control your life again. The only way to prove your strength is through action. You cannot think your way into confidence. You cannot wait until you feel ready. You must act, and through action, you will develop the mindset of someone who never backs down. Every single day, push past doubt. Show yourself what you are capable of. Step forward, no matter how uncertain you feel. Over time, you will become unstoppable, not because doubt disappears, but because you no longer allow it to stand in your way. Chapter 14. Set clear goals and take action without hesitation. Setting clear goals is the first step toward taking control of your life. Without a clear direction, you will drift. You will waste time on things that do not matter. You will feel lost, unsure of where to go or what to do next. But when you define your goals with precision, you give yourself a target. You create a path forward. You remove uncertainty and replace it with purpose. Many people fail to achieve what they want because they never take the time to clearly define it. They have vague desires, but no real plan. They say they want to improve, but they do not set specific steps to get there. They hope for success, but do not take the necessary actions. This approach leads to frustration and stagnation. You must know exactly what you want. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and actionable. If your goal is too broad, break it down. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," determine what success looks like for you. Instead of saying, "I want to be in shape," set a concrete target. How much weight you want to lose, how much muscle you want to gain, or how many workouts you will complete each week. Clarity eliminates confusion and fuels motivation. Once your goals are clear, action must follow immediately. Waiting leads to hesitation. Thinking too much leads to inaction. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to start. When you set a goal, take the first step toward it right away. No excuses. No overanalyzing. Just move. Hesitation is the killer of progress. It allows doubt to creep in. It gives fear a chance to grow. It creates unnecessary barriers in your mind. If you hesitate, you will start questioning yourself. You will begin thinking of reasons why you should wait, why now is not the right time, why you are not ready. This is how goals are abandoned before they even begin. You must train yourself to act without hesitation. The moment you decide on a goal, move. Take a small step. Send the email. Make the call. Start the workout. Do whatever is necessary to begin, because once you take action, momentum starts to build. People who achieve their goals do not wait for motivation. They do not rely on feelings. They do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. They commit to their decisions and back them up with action. This is the mindset you must adopt. If you want to succeed, every day, remind yourself of your goals. Write them down. Review them in the morning. Keep them at the front of your mind. When you are clear on what you want and you take action without delay, you become unstoppable. Your success is determined by your ability to move forward without hesitation. Set clear goals. Take immediate action. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The time is now. Move. Chapter 15. Stop waiting for motivation and act with pure discipline. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you feel energized, ready to take on the world. Other days you feel stuck, uninspired, and unwilling to move. If you depend on motivation to get things done, you will remain inconsistent, and inconsistency leads to failure. The people who achieve real success in life are not the ones who wait for motivation to strike. They are the ones who develop discipline, the ability to act regardless of how they feel. They do not make excuses. They do not negotiate with themselves. They do what must be done because they have trained themselves to operate at a higher standard. Discipline is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. It is the force that keeps you moving forward when your mind tells you to stop. It is the reason some people keep showing up, keep improving, and keep winning, while others stay stuck in the cycle of starting and quitting over and over again. If you want to take control of your life, you must make discipline a non-negotiable. You must separate your emotions from your actions. You will not always feel like doing the work. You will not always feel excited about your goals, but feelings do not matter. What matters is whether or not you take action. People who struggle to stay consistent often say, "I just don't feel motivated." That is the mindset that keeps them trapped. They are waiting for something external to push them forward. They rely on temporary bursts of inspiration instead of committing to long-term discipline. This is why they never reach their full potential. Discipline is built through repetition. The more you force yourself to do something, the easier it becomes. The first time you push yourself to work when you don't feel like it, it is difficult. Your mind will resist. Your body will want to quit. But if you push through, you prove to yourself that you can act despite discomfort. The next time it gets easier. Over time, discipline becomes automatic. You no longer rely on motivation because you have trained yourself to move forward no matter what. The key to developing discipline is to remove choice. Stop asking yourself if you feel like doing something. Stop giving yourself the option to quit. When you make a commitment, follow through. When you set a goal, take action. When the time comes to do the work, do it without hesitation. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your mind. Every time you act when you don't feel like it, you gain control over yourself. And every time you show up despite resistance, you separate yourself from the people who are controlled by their emotions. Discipline is the foundation of success. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. If you build it, you will never have to wait for inspiration again. You will have the power to act at any moment, under any circumstance. And when you reach that level, nothing can stop you. Chapter 16. Move forward no matter how you feel inside. Your feelings are unpredictable. Some days you wake up ready to take on the world. Other days you feel drained, unmotivated, or stuck in self-doubt. But if you let your emotions dictate your actions, you will never reach your full potential. You must learn to move forward no matter how you feel inside. Most people let their emotions control them. When they feel good, they take action. When they feel bad, they stop. They wait for inspiration to return. They allow temporary feelings to decide their future. This is the reason so many never make real progress. They take 2 steps forward when they feel motivated, but the moment that motivation fades, they take 10 steps back. You cannot allow your emotions to decide your future. Your goals do not care how you feel. The world does not stop because you are having a bad day. Success belongs to those who push forward even when everything inside them screams to quit. It is easy to work hard when you feel good, but the real test is what you do when you feel exhausted, uninspired, or full of doubt. That is when discipline matters most. That is when you must refuse to listen to the voice in your head telling you to stop. Your mind will always try to protect you from discomfort. It will come up with excuses, telling you that you can start tomorrow, that you are too tired, that you are not ready. If you give in to these thoughts, you will stay stuck. But if you ignore them and act anyway, you will build the mental strength to keep going no matter what. Progress does not happen in perfect conditions. The most successful people in the world did not wait for the right moment. They took action in the face of fear, doubt, and exhaustion. They kept moving forward on the days when nothing felt right. They built their success by refusing to let their feelings control their actions. You must train yourself to act no matter what. If you are tired, take action anyway. If you are overwhelmed, do what you can. If you feel stuck, take even the smallest step forward. Every time you do, you weaken the hold your emotions have over you. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your feelings. The more you push through resistance, the easier it becomes. At first it will be difficult. Your mind will fight you, but over time, acting despite how you feel becomes natural. You will no longer hesitate. You will no longer wait for motivation. You will move forward, regardless of the circumstances. This is what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck. The ability to keep going when you do not feel like it is the key to everything you want in life. Do not let your emotions control you. Take control of your mind. Move forward no matter how you feel inside. Chapter 17. Eliminate distractions and stay focused on real results. Distractions are everywhere. They surround you, pull at your attention, and keep you from doing what truly matters. If you do not take control of your focus, your time will slip away, wasted on things that do not bring real progress. Success demands concentration. It requires you to cut out anything that does not contribute to your goals. Most people struggle to stay focused because they allow their environment to control them. They keep their phone within reach, checking it every few minutes. They leave notifications on, responding to every message and email as soon as it arrives. They jump from task to task, never fully committing to one thing. This scattered focus leads to slow progress, frustration, and a lack of meaningful results. If you want to achieve anything significant, you must eliminate distractions. You must create an environment where deep focus becomes your default state. You cannot afford to let every little thing steal your time. You must guard your attention like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Look around you. What is pulling you away from your work? Is it your phone, social media, mindless conversations? Every time you give in to these distractions, you weaken your ability to concentrate. You train your brain to crave quick stimulation instead of deep focus. The more you allow distractions, the harder it becomes to work without them. To break free, you must set clear boundaries. Put your phone on silent and place it in another room if necessary. Turn off notifications. Block distracting websites. If people constantly interrupt you, let them know your work time is non-negotiable. If your environment is full of noise, find a quiet space where you can think clearly. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it requires training. At first, it will be difficult. Your mind will resist. You will feel the urge to check your phone, to switch tasks, to seek something easy instead of something important. But if you push through, if you force yourself to stay present, you will strengthen your ability to concentrate. Real results come from deep work, the kind of work that requires full attention and effort. It is not about doing more things. It is about doing the right things with complete focus. 1 hour of uninterrupted effort is more valuable than an entire day of half-hearted work filled with distractions. You must become ruthless with your time. Do not let meaningless activities consume your day. If something does not bring you closer to your goal, eliminate it. Stop checking your phone every few minutes. Stop scrolling through social media. Stop responding to messages that do not matter. These things are stealing your future. Every moment you waste is a moment you will never get back. If you want success, you must choose focus over comfort, progress over distractions, and results over temporary pleasure. Train your mind. Guard your time. Stay locked in on what truly matters, and the results will come. 2 halves. Chapter 18. Push your limits and refuse to slow down. Most people live far below their potential. They stop when things get hard. They slow down when they feel discomfort. They convince themselves they have done enough when, in reality, they have barely scratched the surface of what they are truly capable of. If you want to achieve something great, you must push your limits every single day. You cannot allow yourself to get comfortable. You cannot settle for what is easy. Growth only happens when you challenge yourself beyond what feels possible. Every time you think you have reached your limit, you are wrong. You always have more inside you. Your mind will tell you to stop long before your body actually needs to. It will try to protect you from discomfort, but discomfort is where strength is built. The moment you push past resistance is the moment you break through to the next level. When you slow down, you lose momentum. When you take your foot off the gas, progress stalls. You must keep moving forward with intensity, even when you feel tired, even when you feel like you have given everything, especially when you feel like quitting. Think about the times you stopped short of your potential, the moments when you told yourself it was too hard, the days when you slowed down because you felt like you had already done enough. Those are the moments that separate winners from everyone else. The ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to listen to that voice telling them to stop. Pushing your limits is not about motivation. It is about mental strength. It is about making a decision that you will not hold yourself back any longer. It is about demanding more from yourself, even when no one else is watching. The most successful people in the world do not settle for good enough. They do not stop just because they are tired. They keep going when others slow down. They push themselves harder when others give up. That is what separates them. That is why they achieve what others only dream of. You have the ability to do the same. You have more strength inside you than you realize. But you will never know what you are capable of if you always stop at the first sign of discomfort. You must push beyond what feels possible. You must refuse to accept your current level as your final destination. The pain of discipline is temporary. The regret of quitting lasts forever. If you slow down now, you will look back one day and wonder how much further you could have gone. Do not let that happen. Push yourself every single day. Demand more from yourself than anyone else ever could. Refuse to slow down, and you will achieve what most people never will. Chapter 19. Train yourself to act fast without overthinking. Hesitation is the enemy of progress. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take action. Overthinking drains your energy, creates doubt, and makes even simple decisions feel overwhelming. If you want to get things done, you must train yourself to act fast without allowing unnecessary thoughts to slow you down. Most people fail to move forward because they allow their minds to spiral into endless questions. They analyze every detail, fear making mistakes, and convince themselves they need more time to prepare. But the truth is, action is always more valuable than perfect planning. You do not need to have everything figured out before you start. You just need to move. Think about the times in your life when hesitation has cost you an opportunity. The moments when you had an idea but waited too long to act. The times when fear made you second-guess yourself. Every second you spend overthinking is a second wasted. Every moment of doubt is a moment you could have used to make progress. You must break the habit of hesitation. You must train yourself to move immediately. When you know what needs to be done, do it. Do not sit there debating whether it is the perfect time. Do not let your mind talk you out of it. The longer you wait, the more excuses you will create. High achievers are not the ones who sit around thinking. They are the ones who take action. They make decisions quickly. They adjust along the way. They do not waste time waiting for the right moment because they know the right moment is now. Overthinking will make you believe you are being productive when in reality you are stuck. You do not need to analyze every possible outcome. You do not need to feel completely ready. You need to take the first step. Once you do, momentum will carry you forward. Some of the most successful people in the world move fast because they understand that speed beats perfection. They do not waste time waiting for everything to be just right. They take action, learn from the experience, and adjust as they go. This mindset separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck in hesitation. If you struggle with overthinking, create a rule for yourself. Act within 5 seconds of making a decision. When an opportunity presents itself, move immediately. If you tell yourself you will do something, start before doubt creeps in. Do not give your mind time to resist. The longer you wait, the more likely you are to convince yourself not to do it. Every day, you have a choice. You can either hesitate and stay stuck, or you can move forward and make progress. Train yourself to act without hesitation. Refuse to let overthinking slow you down. Stop analyzing and start doing. The faster you take action, the faster you will achieve results. Chapter 20. Choose action over comfort and never look back. Most people choose comfort over progress. They take the easy path, avoid challenges, and settle for routines that require little effort. But comfort will never lead to greatness. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you must break free from the habit of seeking ease and start choosing action every single time. Think about how many times you've put things off because they felt uncomfortable. How many times you let yourself stay in bed instead of getting up early to work on your goals. How many times you avoided a challenge because it seemed too hard. Every time you choose comfort, you reinforce the habit of avoidance. Every time you choose action, you strengthen the habit of discipline. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. Successful people do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. They do not wait for motivation. They do not let their emotions dictate their actions. They make the decision to move forward, no matter what. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It keeps you in the same place, repeating the same behaviors, making the same excuses. When you choose comfort, you are choosing to remain the same. When you choose action, you are choosing to improve. It is that simple. You must train yourself to override the instinct to take the easy way out. When your mind tells you to rest, push yourself to move. When you feel the pull of distractions, remind yourself why you started. Every time you fight against comfort, you become stronger. Every time you push yourself when you don't feel like it, you build discipline. Imagine your future if you keep choosing what is easy. If you keep delaying the work, if you keep making excuses, nothing will change. The goals you have will remain just ideas. The dreams you hold will stay out of reach. But if you choose action, if you commit to pushing yourself no matter how you feel, you will separate yourself from the majority of people who give up. You will look back one day and realize that every moment of discomfort was worth it. That every difficult choice led to something greater, that by refusing to take the easy way out, you built a future that most people only dream about. Make the decision now, choose action, push yourself, never look back.